Hi, Scorpio. We are here to do your update for June 2020. This connects in with your love, with your family, with your finances, with the eclipse energy. And I am connecting in with crystals, the ruins, which I have selected one for you guys, as well as singles couples. So wherever you are, we're trying to cover this to see, what the bigger picture is of what's coming through for you. Now, the ruin that I've connected with you guys, and I'm going to channel this energy. I do feel it's very cryptic in a sense, and I'm even looking at your work zone, I'm looking at your family and karmic related, maybe lessons or something that we're releasing and something that we're really bringing into fruition. And the love domain, it's very cryptic, okay? Now, the crystal that you have, I hear, see, notice, and understand messages from the divine. Now, it's in the reverse, which is very Scorpionic, right? It's what you're sensing. So it's you being very Scorpio, very superstitious. You're following your hunches. You're really great at that. You do link into Mars and Pluto. So with these energies, you intuitively know change is inevitable. So you're following your hunches with what these things are. You're picking up on the trends. And with this ruin, what it links to is such the Uranian energy, white, fire, pearl, goose. So I feel between July and August major, lily of the valley. With each ending, there's a new beginning. And what this is going to be, it links into upright, which is real mundane energy, is in general misfortune, damage, shock, sudden change, which is very much the Uranus energy going retrograde and direct with any aspect this month. I'll talk about the astrology separately. Yes, it does bring about change. It can be tower moments, and then comes that beautiful lotus flower with Chiron and Aries. From the muddy waters comes beauty, but it's that transformative middle ground state. And I do feel you guys are on the precipice of change, and it will link into all areas of your life. Now, you guys are tuning in intuitively. You may feel nothing's moving, and it's like you're holding space. And so you're falling into your psychic energy. You're tapping down into the energy. The funny thing was, I was picking up nausea with you guys, because even in the Cancerian reading, you guys are the water energies. Your emotions and the vibrations around you, you're deeply receptive to it. If you're getting nausea, you might feel there's an overwhelming energy of, maybe it could be panic. It might be, where you're suddenly calm and then it's coming in again, and you're synchronistically, psychically tapping in. The connection to it is powerful natural forces, evolution, regeneration, cosmic union. I'm picking with this. Whatever these changes are, it's a temporary, or where did they say it? I was reading it. As well as a warning of potential crisis or catastrophe. May advise us to take care when crystallizing our ideas, what we do not damage the very things that sustain us on the most fundamental level of being. It is very spiritual, but I'm almost picking, although you guys are psychically tuning into something and you don't want to damage your foundation any further. You also don't want to damage the progress that you've made, but there is a vibration of you intuitively sensing something. It's breaking a pattern, but it's also sensing something. Now, in your career sector, and I've got your romance here, so don't stress. You want to connect in with people who are like-minded. So at a spiritual level, if you feel your employment or energy or the way you are coming across is very ascended, is very neutral, you're owning your issues, your tissues for your issues, you're also seeing potentially other people's frequencies, you might find you're a little bit more patient. But I'd say for 3 to 4 weeks, you guys might have been very in hermit mode energy, in deep reflection and dark night of the soul energy. Doesn't have to be deep depression, but reflective frequency nevertheless. These hunches you've got when it links into energies, people, the people you're dealing with, We've got Juno retrograde in Libra, which is going direct very shortly, and it will be moving forward very fastly in June. For you guys, where does it hit? Let me have a look, because I want to mention this, and I've got to mention soul messages for Cancer, but never mind. Okay, 12th house, wow. You're really tuning into marriages, contracts, partnerships. 12th house, it's your hidden realm. It's very Pluto energy. You guys remind me of Pluto as well as Mars. You're looking at what's rotten and what needs to go. Maybe your mindset, maybe it's, but you're psychically tapping, because 12th house is very psychic. You know something's shifting. Now it's going to shift with you or forever hold its pace. But I feel at a contract level, you might be reflecting back on your career and looking at it and going, look, it just doesn't resonate with you. This Hermit energy has really made you think a lot about some things you can't go back to, some things are permanently changed. A lot of that for the collectivist side. Whatever that's going to be moving forward, you're looking back and taking some of the tools with you that you experienced from the past, and you're assessing whether it was relevant or not. Now, with the eclipse in Sagittarius, let me have a look. Something to do with your home, your finances, your resources and networks. It is a perfect time to start that process. So although we're going to be having Mercury retrograde in Cancer, it's still, I would highly suggest, yes, read your fine print, do things to that degree. But if you're wanting to network and you're wanting to apply for jobs, there can be a slight delay, but it's still, because it's hitting the second house placement, you do have the power. Follow your hunches. I feel some of you are being very intuitive when it comes to your career, but you're more looking at it from the perspective of every time we are doing this, rejection is universe's protection, but it's giving you something you're meant to go to. It doesn't mean a no. It's coming to you, but there's something going on with you at a spiritual level while you're going into this energy. You've got the Chariot in reverse. So it's frustrating. You guys are frustrated. You want to move things. You want to go back into society. You want to move and do some of these plans. Even if you have a business venture, because you're very psychically inclined, you have these hunches and all this creative energy pouring through you. You need to be documenting it. Because with the Gemini nodes, it will create a very busy mind. Plus, because we're having a very karmic cycle tying out, universe is doing you a favor. So trust in this process. Everything you directly need will come to you. If we are in lack mentality, we receive lack. If we're in acceptance of what's happening, whatever that be, providing we've got enough. I'm not going to, pee in your pockets, so to speak. If you have everything, looking for more but not seeing the full potential you are and everything that is going on around you, being self-aware, you need to tune into what's going on inside, because these hunch energies are critical. I do feel with the two eclipses, there can be major things that are happening in your life. So being at home or not having as much momentum and movement, again, with Saturn and Pluto retrograde, it's a time to do the quality system in these areas. Fine-tune it, change it around. Venus retrograde in Gemini, it's the same thing. It's fine-tune it, look at it, assess it from all angles. This is a hugely spiritual time where we're learning new things about ourselves, as well as we're tying out the previous nodes that we had for 2.5 years. So it's a bit like having a hangover and then expecting to go back to work as usual. It's just, it's irrational energy. It doesn't mean you can't achieve that. It's just whatever this blockage is, the universe is protecting you. So please do trust the process. And I do feel slingshot energy. So whatever kind of backward track you've made, it's going to be forward steps and leaps and bounds, but it's giving you the psychic energy of ideas that you need to be looking at. So just because you're not physically seeing movement forward, does it mean there's none? Yes, it does mean there's some, but it's just you're not visually seeing it yet. For instance, if you've sent a resume out, does it mean that the person's not reading it? No, it doesn't, but our ego directly tells us there's no movement, because what we're seeing is what we're fearing. Food for thought. Okay, what other placements do I need to mention? Now, your home environment and the wider group, you have Aquarius in it. So with Saturn and Aquarius at the moment, it's hitting your 4th house placement. It should be a lighter energy, but it may be a little bit more out there. You may want to decorate your house in a very unique way. You might be tapping into your unique trend especially with Venus retrograde. Now, Venus does link into the Scorpionic energy for you guys in your 8th house. So again, it's very much, okay, does the style resonate with me? Does this home resonate with me? Why do I feel this way about some of the things that I have? You're really going through a shedding of skin and a changing of the way you are seeing things. There could be this want to move, but it's like, wait. Now, the eclipse for you, the first one, is hitting your 2nd house placement. So if there's projects and things to that degree on the home front, or linking in with your professional resources, you may hit around that time and you can be starting a brand new cycle, because it is an old energy ending and a new one beginning. So if you've been waiting, it could be a pocket of time where that movement directly can come in. Read the fine print, because we will be having Mercury retrograde. Also, when we do have the eclipse in Cancer, it's going to hit your 9th house, and your 9th house is anything linking in with religion, which Sagittarius will link to that too. You could be really moving away from maybe traditional values or the way people were having expectations of you. And for 2.5 years, these areas will be really linked to your regeneration and your renewal. With the Cancer eclipse, a new beginning when it comes to movement. Now, I do feel technology will be really linking in with this. Yeah, shedding dead skin. Okay, so if you are networking, or if you are going to be picking a job connecting in with travel, it bodes well. And it's weird because I do feel more with the Gemini nodes, it will be more local travel than foreign country travel, but you do have those aspects there. So be open to the potential. To balance that house, usually we do use the communication energy, which is 3rd house. So if you're finding you're not able to go out as much, to balance that, move back to your 3rd house. And your 3rd house is, you know, what things can you control? Where do you need to level up? And it's, I would say, really reading fine print, legal documents, because it is Capricorn energy. We have Jupiter retrograde in Capricorn. Focus on those areas. Finalizing things, especially with the Sagittarius eclipse, because it's ending one cycle and it's beginning a new. I'm seeing movement, but for some reason, universe wants you to be still and experience these vibrations and watch the things play out in front of you. I'm going to pull a chakra card and an Abraham Hicks card for your career sector. That one was on top. Money. Okay. Lack mentality and lower chakra. And I told you it's fear-based frequency. You got the orange chakra. So with your fear-based frequency, eat orange food groups. You can meditate on the lower chakra systems. I usually do them in tangent. Go one after the other. Start from the base and work up, so you're actually bringing it up and clearing it out. Don't do it all at once. I did that, it didn't work. It made me faint. I did it too much, and that was my experience. I'm just saying, clear them gradually and work with that energy, but assess it and look at it. You can use crystals. You can use meditation. You can look at holistic approaches. But it is this energy of nervousness, fear-based frequency, repeating patterns, but needing to let something go. Now, again, if this isn't, it won't just be work-related, because it might be to do with the fact that you haven't had people you could trust. And maybe you've been embodying a little bit too masculine energy and not enough of intuitive energy, and universe is saying there's an out of balance there, so we want you to tap into your intuition, which is why this is here. These changes, you need to understand why they're going on, because they're not just going on outside of you. They're going on inside of you. So as within, as without. It hasn't finalised inside, so finalise that chapter, then bring it out to the ethers, and I feel movement will come. What was it? Okay. Abraham Hicks. What do we need to know about the career and finance? Okay, thank you. My manifestations are an indication of my belief, and it came in reverse. So you're not understanding that you could be actually creating this by this imbalance occurring right here. You're not having faith in yourself. You're not believing. Also, some of these changes, if you are running a business, it could be a bit arduous in a sense that you're backtracking, you're fine-tuning things. It is perfectly normal. And Mercury going retrograde will It usually becomes more busy. You need to keep quite grounded. Your 6th house is linking in with Aries, and any Mars aspects that are occurring this month might activate that, but I'll do that reading separately. And Mars around September is going retrograde. So any hard work you're doing, we're going to have more movement between June and July. There's a lot of closing out. August, there's forward movement, but really we need to be really pushing ourselves at the end of those cycles. Where you've got energy, use it. Where you don't, rest and recuperate. This forward movement, you will lack in motivation around the time that Mars goes retrograde because it's sluggish, it's not in its empowerment mode. So it's not to say you won't have forward movement, but you're reassessing that a bit like a Venus retrograde, but you'll be a bit more sluggish. So, stay tuned to what's happening here and trust the process, but just check in. It might be because you're undecided about a particular employment that you're applying for or the way you're doing or what's going on, but there's a change happening there. And with the ruin, it does link into follow your hunches when it comes to these necessary changes. Family. Okay. If you are around family and there are dynamics going on and I feel you're looking at the reality of the situation, you're not sugarcoating it. There could be some overload of responsibilities, the need for delegation. This could be past, present, or future. Whatever this energy is coming up, you're looking at the reality and you do look at it as a burden. You're seeing whatever that is for what it is. It might have been something that you carried or harbored at an emotional level. And again, it can relate into a karmic cycle. So again, it might be their opinions of maybe what your life is and what you should be doing. And I'm really feeling this. Or it can relate to a karmic energy. But I do feel in general, if you are, wanting to do something spiritually in your life, having ideas and plans, or were guided to second guess yourself, I do feel this is a karmic cycle that you need to acknowledge that this is coming from childhood and above and beyond. It's being broken by acknowledging it. Still moving forward regardless of that and trusting that process. If things are being said and people's views differ, assess it, look at it, but then sit with your energy and see if that's directly your opinion. While you're giving that power away, you're allowing that frequency to resonate through your life. And so you need to dig down deep and wonder where these things are coming from. It can be frustrating. My life is about my relationships. What power are you giving them? You may have a relationship in mind, but you care about everyone and you're trying, and it's a burden. You're carrying it like you owe people. Love is reciprocal in a give and take. Okay? So I understand you, I understand you, I understand you, but do you understand me? You need to understand you, right? It's look, don't sugarcoat things, maybe they're looking at you like you're the old glory and you're the one we turn to, so you have to remain the same. But something in you is changing. Something in you did change. You're reflecting back to who you were, what power you were giving away, and now who you are, and you're just like, I'm not that person anymore. Shedding skin, I'm telling you, you haven't quite made complete peace with it yet. It is coming about. But when people are making you second guess yourself, it does mean directly that it's inside you regardless. So it's healthy, it's happy, go back in there, sink into that good old kind of Pandora's box, take that out and say, thank you for reminding me that little wound or thorn was there, and throw it out. Let it go. Karma. With these eclipses. News coming in very quickly. Fast pace moving. Ooh, okay. Let me look. There is something at a level that is moving very quickly. Now, I do feel this is more information coming through. I'm going to pull cards. There's more information coming to you. And it is to do with, again, I'm seeing Crow as a very relevant energy this month. It's a lot. That's what I'll say. It's a lot of information. It's your hunches. You will intuitively know. You may be all of a sudden just moving in one particular direction, and then there is conversation, communication. I'm feeling it's around the eclipse because there is an image on the card. If you've been tapping into feeling nauseous, I do feel the love interest or a person around you, you're channeling energy. They might have been a little bit unwell or emotional due to seeing value, seeing worth. Maybe being stuck in a jam with finances or some karmic cycle. But this information is coming in extremely quick, and there is a notation that something has ended and new beginnings coming, and it's almost like a bat out of hell. They're actually understanding now the spiritual value of this lesson, and I feel this, whatever this information is, be it on your side of the fence or another, whatever you're going through and purging, you will see the reason why all of this had to happen. And look at the energy of there is a moon here and it looks like an eclipse. Linking in with these eclipses after this cycle has been going on for a long time, 8th for infinity. And I did look down at my infinity bracelet this morning and I was like, usually I don't look down, but I did and it was in my face. Okay, Abraham Hicks, what do we need to know about this karmic cycle we're ending and what we're moving into? Okay, this card breaks down to an 11. In the yin and yang, and there's an 11 likes in the house. Take what you will from this. It's your cryptic message. I'll envision the behavior I desire to inspire. I'll envision okay? As within, as without. Send it out to the ethers. If we were a parent or anyone wanting to inspire positive behavior from others, we would do our personal vibrational work first. We would align with our source energy by envisioning the outcome we seek and by holding those involved as positive objects of our attention. We would not allow any current unwanted behavior to be the reason for our attention to them. It's always going to be the same. Okay. Don't punish yourself, Scorpio, right? Change. Change is inevitable. The Iranian energy be bringing change. Where's Taurus for you? I'm telling you. 7th house of romance, that's your message, okay, because that actually does connect to the Taurian energy with Uranus. Change is inevitable. It's always going to be the same forever. Do the work. Look inside. No, if I was to tell you what I'm saying here, just when you give up all hope or you're in that energy, bang, it's here. Are you ready? Do the work. Look inside, let go. Everything changes. Have you changed? Are you ready? Are you ready for this movement? I'm sorry, am I scaring you? That's sort of what's coming through. Just as you're releasing, you're looking at self-worth is self-worth. Hold self-worth. Why would anyone pick something that isn't worthy? Why would anyone permanently live with something that's toxic? Not you, not someone else, not anyone. Karmic cycle is that lesson. So if you are trying to fix a toxic situation, number one, it's not your job to do. If you're tuning into a work a person has to do, it's not your work to do. If you're not believing it can't change, that's your work to do. Singles. Okay, this was on the top and it's relating into that karmic cycle. Again, 7, relating into your romance is what you do need to know is by doing that, sometimes we don't realise we're doing it and it's overwhelming. And it's because we're in our third eye, which is the 7 stages of healing. It's a 7 card. Attempting to control others by attracting more to be controlled. If you're thinking of their work, you're actually burdening yourself. Don't be thinking about it. Okay? Focus on your side of the fence. It's not your work. Don't beat yourself up. I know you guys, because you have hunches and because you see things, you want to protect people, but it's also sometimes we do that to protect ourselves. It's like, oh, yeah. Okay. It is easy to understand how you would come to the conclusion that your path to feel good is through influences or controlling the behaviors of others. And this could be what other people are thinking or directly for you in this lesson. But I think you guys have realized it. You discover that not only can you not contain them, but your attention to them brings more like them into your experience. You simply cannot get to where you want to be by attempting to control or eliminate the unwanted. Don't feel it's got power. It's a lie. Because a lot of those thoughts, you know that card that I've got in my love and she's stuck in that cobweb and it's like, it's a fake imprisonment. It's all in the mind. It is all in the mind. We have free will. So if you're feeling a situation is stuck, it's never going to evolve. Yes, it is. Very quickly. So be prepared and tap into what you're sensing and see why. Singles who are waiting for this energy and have had a connection or know this energy. This person has gone into separation and or they're thinking of the separation. There are some burdens they're directly dealing with. It's their baggage, not yours. You guys have work on your side. This tens are like reaching the limit. I'm going to pull a clarifier on that. What do we need to know about the Ten of Wands? Number one, Ten of Wands means the person is in alignment and taking direct accountability. Okay, they're taking accountability, which is what you want. You want the person to take accountability. So there's hope. It shows hope that the person is taking and looking and dealing with the burdens. There's to deal with. Now, coming through, if you feel that people can trick them, manipulate them, and they have no power, it is not so. We give energies those powers, and manipulation brings manipulation. This is helping them want to actually deal with this. This is helping them see the reality of where this is going. Be it a financial, another person, a situation, a person, a place, or thing, it's coming quick. The level up energy, knowing that enough is enough, it is because this energy is forcing them into this energy of movement. You don't need to do anything. You do, but it's your side, right? Okay. They know it's their job to do this, and this is why it's happening in the way it's happening. If they are working, this person's toxic. This energy that they've dealt with is quite toxic. I really do feel at a financial level there is something that they're dealing with, but they also trust in the process that what goes out comes back. So if there's going to be some money going out, it's going to be coming back, and they're also feeling at a spiritual level, very much linking them as similar to you. Money isn't the be-all and end-all. It's more the spiritual abundance, and it's looking at the thing. And they feel that this path of where they were has come to an end, and it's caused them a lot of mayhem in their minds. Now, what does Abraham Hicks want you to know, singles? Singles and on the waiting. Libra. Okay. Telepathically, I feel they're sending you messages, but you're not listening because Libra connects in with your 12th house. You need to actually tune into some of the cryptic messages they're giving you. My true success is measured by my alignment. They're trying to tell you they are doing all they can to level up and all they can to balance things. There is a legal situation or financial binding situation they're dealing with. They're doing this to the degree where they feel it's correctly balanced because they don't want this energy to come back like a slingshot. They want it balanced out and cleaned up so that it's neat and neutral. it's funny because the only thing they want you to know, the only thing they're focused on is the future and moving forward in this direction with you. They're also in total awareness that as they're going through this spiritual transformation, them coming to a completion inside themselves is when they're in alignment and ready for that relationship. And I feel they're looking at the distortion of their energy. And maybe, again, I'm feeling 3 ways they're visually seeing themselves, maybe 3 times in and out. They're bringing this to a total completion. Everything they've learned from the past has showed them what they can appreciate, but it's more so memories linking them with you. It's really opened their eyes. Whatever you did, you opened their eyes. So there might have been a situation that played out. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at this. The card relates to a 10. There is something opened your eyes. You are speaking with truth. You might have been using your hands. They're facing their shadow and they're seeing them through your eyes. And it's the good, the bad, the ugly. But it's helped them look at it from a different place. And it's bringing them full circle into a wholer version of themselves. Wow. Connected in with their 4th house. Okay, it's Aquarius. Saturn for you guys has changed something in you, but it's also changing something inside of them as well. Life is supposed to be good for me. Look at the way the person is helping spiritually them out. They look like they're in the bloody witch's cauldron, pulling them out. The message I'm getting is, it's something in the way you move. That's a song. There might be a message in that for you. I'm also sensing it's either something you've said, something you've done, or the way you directly react. Also, with what they've been dealing with, look at how they're climbing out of the cauldron. Like it's hot, it's horrible, it's not feeling comfortable. You innately grasp the concept that at some point, if you don't like it, you're going to change it. Whatever this blockage has been, be it a mental blockage or a 3-day, it's being resolved and removed. And they want you to know this. They want you to know that they're doing all they can. Yes. They're like actually linking in with the yin and yang and knowing, okay, it's funny because you guys might have a different way of looking at health, looking at food. You may have opinions about things. You might be saying to them, look, I just want you to be healthy. I just want you to be happy. It may have been conversations you had, be it 5D or 3D. Now, this is most of this year, this can be something that you're trying to actually, you guys are manifesting quite a bit at the moment, so be careful with what your thoughts are. Now, I am saying between your head and your thoughts, they're coming full 360. I'm also feeling you're going to hear something, and you might find it to be quite cryptic. Now, when I say that, look at the way there is a dot near the eye, near the 3rd eye, and the hand like a telephone call. It's like correlating the dots between thought, manifestation. It's like literally, so you're going to think it, and then bang, you're going to hear it. Now, I do feel this can be communication. You're like, okay, they're in my mind, bang, phone call. And you'll get this energy coming up. Last messages for Scorpio for singles. Okay, going through an ascension process. Although you may have experienced many transitional states, yourself and them alone and potentially even together, I do feel this has grown. This is really, it's 3 major stages. Look at the heads. It's 3 major stages. Reaching a full cycle of 10. There are many right ways for us to behave. Oof. It is possible to live upon this planet with large numbers of beings who believe and behave in a variety of ways. So Saturn and Aquarius. When you are able to focus in such a way as it allows your alignment with Source, I think what I'm really getting is self-acceptance, is learning through the adversities and the trials and tribulations of the past. But it's really this transformation. I think you guys need to be pretty prepared because there's going to be movement here. Really try and stay quite grounded. I do feel you might have ascension symptoms this month with all this energy, with what's going on with this person, and because you guys are so psychically inclined, this change, you're going to feel like a yo-yo, but it is a positive sign. Balance and deal with the symptomatic things. Obviously, if you're sick, go to the doctors, but there is this energy that you may be sensing a lot of this going on. Now, those of you that are coupled or in contact, there's something you may be at the past holding on to, and I do feel it's, it's almost like when you're trying to link into, is there something I missed? Did I miss something? And when I say, did you miss something, I think you're being quite critical with your transformation, and you're sensing, did you miss something? Why isn't things moving or flowing or fitting in the way you're wanting them to theoretically? You may be tuning into something you said and were you wrong or were you right? And again, it's being that's what I mean. You're being quite critical on yourself. Sharp words and harsh words may have been spoken. Maybe a little bit of regret. It's 7. It's like it's not usually your value system. Eagle, we talked about this. So it's, just accept it as above, as below. Accept yourself for who you are, what happened, and move forward. These changes are coming through. There might be competition in a sense, but it's only a competition if you make it a game. Tune out of the game. It's an emotional energy inside you. Detach, trust the process, and allow this to flow. Yes, other people directly here are very fixated. They're very energy vampire energies. It doesn't mean this person doesn't say this. Don't feed it power. This can be a lot of dynamics coming up this month with friends, family, interferences, and it may be a synchronistic pattern. You may even be worried that directly can interfere with your connection. So again, let them do their work. Don't feel you're repeating a pattern. There are a lot of triggers here. So I do feel a family is having an opinion. If other people are interfering, if there could be a karmic or there's a cycle closing out, whatever that be, there's a very personal process you're currently going through that's very unique inside your own mind. You may be wondering, or they're thinking if it's reciprocal, if they're going through the same thing. Too many. You might also be feeling like, does this person say other energies, colours the way you're seeing things? Because it's your intuition. You know that this is changing. You know it couldn't go like this forever. You unconditionally understand, but 3, 4, 5. You also know this has to change. You get it. Any third-party interference is going. The laws of attraction assemble all cooperative relationships. So that of what resonates is not meant to be there. Especially since we're having the eclipses, some of you, this will link in with your sign and your moon. There can be paranoia around these energies, plus the vibration of our psyche and our psychology. It can be really triggering us at the moment, which makes sense. It's nervous energy like we're anticipating something's coming. Don't tune into it. I lot of what's coming to your left field, it's like you're trying to get into the time of thinking and you're sensing you've got to do some tuning in with you. But people be coming at you, and you could get a bit snappy because you've got some things coming up. You don't quite know what they are. You don't even know quite where they're coming from. And you're unable to listen because you're not having that meditation time. Oof, okay. This is an interesting card. The card breaks down to a 3. There's been a few 3s here. I don't know. It's probably because we're ending the karmic cycle. A karmic cycle. I intend to see the best in everyone. And I'm channeling this card, and this is a bit spooky. However this goes, pick how it resonates. This is the energy of your love interest. This is a watcher. There is a cord connected to the heart. There is the energy of a feminine hair and a feminine hair. And again, the energies can swap. What I'm getting is there is a confusion and a karmic tie to end a karmic cycle. Some of you may feel this person's brainwashed. Some of you, this person has a connection to somebody else that sees things the same. But these two energies can be our shadow, or it is a third party energy. I also feel a conversation potentially came up between 2 individuals, and there is spying energy going on. Maybe a perspective that this person is feeling is that they're a spiritual connection. And we talk about witchcraft and crap like that. I don't really tap into it because I don't feed it in a sense that I feel that I can be disempowered. Is it a potential? Yeah, it is. But if you feed it and you fear it, yes, it will come, and it's the same frequency of what we all will experience. So at some point that will become nil and void. This conversation you two have had at some point, be it on the ethers of the 3D, I'm feeling for many of you it's 3D, it is about what you feel is correct. I do feel there was an observer at that point. So if you were having a very candid conversation, this person appears to be spying or has entered in on your private conversation, whoever that be. You can never consistently motivate anybody to anything. Okay, if you're tuning into the karmic and you're thinking they've got power, or the karmic feels you've got power, unless it's their truth, it ain't happening. You can never consistently motivate anybody, which is more manipulation, to anything. But when you see the best of them and you go over to where your vision of the best of them is, and you align with that and offer one signal, now you are part of the inspiration you see. So be part of the solution, not the problem. Because if we're dancing with the situation and it's trying to close out, we're part of the problem, right? Well, they've already got a problem. You go sort that out. Whatever this karmic problem is or situation they're dealing with, and your perspective you're tuning into, by you doing it, you can be making it messier. So just step back. 9 times out of 10 people protect you. If it's their battle to win, let them win it. They're not going to do this. They're not that strong. It's a belief. Let it go. It's let it go. Let it go. It will sort. Be it you're worried your family will have an opinion, and again, it's the same thing. Let it go. We're big girls and boys out here. We can handle it. We've got tough chins. We need to hear hard truths. We can do it. We're adults. Any questions? What's the time? Back again. Oh, it's been an interesting few days. Hiccups. I did discover there was an opening in my schedule that I never knew I had there, and I thought there was an error, but I've fixed it now. Crowning energy. Don't beat yourself up, okay? Our intuition never directly hinders us in a sense of guides us to do the wrong thing at the wrong time. And I feel you guys are beating yourself up in some shape or form. Did I say the wrong thing? Did I do the wrong thing? And this is with everything. It's like, it's very psychoanalytical energy. Just, you need some time for meditation. Too many people have been coming at you. And I do feel in general, if you've been counselling or moderating or helping or, you know, trying to compassionately understand, friend, family, whatever, I do feel it's just getting a little bit too much for you and you need a little bit of hermit time. When I'm saying hermit, I don't mean hermit, quiet time. Quiet time to listen to how you feel without a person's opinion. If you're seeking outside of yourself, just temporarily sit. You know, yes, we can for confirmation. Yes, we can for growth, etc. But if you know a person's going to be negative in their opinion about it, then you're literally setting yourself up for disaster because you know what they're going to say. There's always that one number in the phone and you know, it's like this. I need to call them. And you're thinking, crap, I know they're going to tell me to get the hell over it and bloody. And you dial. And you just ordered your own recipe. And you're on that phone and you're like, yep, this was great. Don't do that. Okay, when you're there, sit with her, just spend a bit of time. And if you feel crap, that's okay. And I don't mean it's okay. I'm glad you do. I mean more be kind to yourself. If you need to reach out to the appropriate energies in the phone. Other than that, you know, anyone else. Yeah. Otherwise, you guys are going to wake up at 3 a.m. because you're not giving yourself the time. So give yourself some time. What I'm seeing is if you can do that energy work, you'll get movement. You'll get resolutions. You'll get things balancing out. Pluto for you guys. Let me have a look. From your loved ones who have passed on. I was supposed to do this for Cancer. I'm so bad. Okay. Let me tune into it. Okay. They're already talking to you. You're not listening. Your loved ones, if there's any feminine energy or grandmother that's passed over, they're showing you in your day-to-day life, but you're not listening. They're calling you. This can be through art. This can be through technology and songs. They're directly communicating with you. They're sending you bloody messages. You're not listening. Now, father energy. Okay. If there's a grandfather or a father or a male energy that's passed over, they want you to know your finances are fine. That, okay, this is what they're saying, and I don't understand why. You'll understand what this means. You have everything you need, so what are you stressing about? And this could be their attitude, or it's that they're bringing it to you through lineage. It could be inheritance or something to that degree. And so they're making reference to that for some of you, not all of you. It's they're going to send you values, or directly there is a value that is coming back to you and it's inheritance-based, or you already have it. And they're asking you to please relax. They're not shading you. However that hits. They also feel that you can be very successful. There you go, weird. They also feel you can be very successful. Where there's a will, there's a way. And they're also laughing about furniture. And I already know with you, Giggle, but it does link into your second house placement of your possessions and your home. They're kind of laughing. They think it's funny. Whatever's going on with that, with home and assets, they think it's funny. And they also feel, they don't know why you're stressed, because as soon as you have this bee in your bonnet, you make it happen. And they think it's magic. They find it very amusing that when you're ready for that change, it just happens. You bring it all together. And you do, after the fact, you don't know how you bloody did it. But this is what they're making reference to. And it's kind of funny because they're like, look, you're able to, like that, pull everything together. No, maybe we don't like doing that and we don't like having to go back through that. But they're saying you have that inside you. You need to have more faith in yourself. And they're saying they have faith in you too. Anything else that's coming through? I'm hearing Nana's biscuits, and I don't know why that's relevant. There is a reference to either a grandmother or a particular biscuit recipe, maybe somebody making biscuits. And I know with Shelley, yes, we have people that love cooking. But there is a particular biscuit recipe they're mentioning. It's in a recipe book. It's something that a family member used to make, or they're going to make it together. But there is a particular freaky recipe, and it tastes good, I'll say. Oh my God, I'd talk to Antonella and I'd go, your mum's cooking da-da-da-da-da. And she'd go, yeah, she is. And I'm like, thanks for dinner. Yeah. It's also a biscuit though, Giggle. I'm seeing a round biscuit. It might have a little bit of coconut in it. It's kind of got the chewy and the maybe even icing sugar, or like, I can't explain it. It's a particular biscuit. There is a special type of biscuit and a recipe book in general. But it's pastries and cooking and the connection to they're connecting in through that vibration. So they're finding that whole scenario amusing and watching this happen, and they're bringing it about to bring people together. Now on cheesecake. Good on you. Okay, I'm going to be back shortly, and we will do Pisces. Oh, yum. There you go. Condensed milk cookie. Yeah, but it's just a recipe that, like, the way they're showing it is there's lineage or, hand-me-down recipe. Might have been something that they liked having with their cuppa, and their biscuit. And they're like, Yeah. It takes us back to where we were from. It shows us they're still here with us. They find unique ways to communicate. All good. Okay, I'm having a little break, and then I'm coming back and we're doing Pisces. Never know, I could be here all bloody day if I'm not having to pick my daughter up.